Margaret is 78 years old. On April 2, 2026, she walked into her local bank branch with a simple plan: withdraw $600 in cash to pay her caregiver and cover groceries for the week. Her debit card didn't work. The ATM displayed a cold message: transaction declined. Confused, she stepped inside and waited patiently in line. The teller typed for a moment, paused, then said something that made her heart drop. "Ma'am, your account is temporarily restricted due to unusual activity detected by our automated monitoring system." Unusual activity. Her only income was Social Security. It had been deposited 2 days earlier. The problem? Her monthly benefit had increased slightly because of a cost of living adjustment. Just a small bump. But to the bank's new AI system, that small change looked suspicious. So the system froze everything. For 3 days, Margaret couldn't access her own money. She delayed paying her caregiver. She postponed buying medication. She worried about late utility bills. This is not rare anymore. Since early 2026, new automated fraud detection systems have changed how banks monitor accounts, and seniors are being affected more than anyone else. Let's break down what changed, why retirees are getting caught in the system, and what you can do right now to protect yourself. Before 2026, banks mostly focused on monitoring money leaving your account, strange withdrawals, suspicious purchases, unknown charges. Now, banks are monitoring money coming in just as aggressively. If a deposit looks slightly different from your normal pattern, the system may flag it. For working adults with changing paychecks, that's normal. But for retirees with predictable income patterns, even a small change looks abnormal to artificial intelligence. That's the problem. Seniors usually receive a fixed Social Security amount, a pension on a specific date, occasional transfers from family, required retirement distributions once a year. If any of those shift even slightly, the system may react. A deposit arrives 1 day late because of a holiday, flagged. A benefit increases by $20 or $30, flagged. A family member sends money using a new app, flagged. And when the system flags it, banks often freeze the entire account while they investigate. That can mean days without access. Now here's something important. These rules were designed to stop fraud. And fraud against seniors is real. Scammers are targeting retirees through fake IRS calls, grandparent scams, tech support tricks, and impersonation schemes. So banks tighten controls. But the technology wasn't built with senior banking behavior in mind. Retirees tend to withdraw larger amounts less frequently. Many still pay bills by check. Some rarely log into online banking. Low-activity accounts sometimes appear dormant to automated systems, which increases risk scores. So ironically, being cautious and traditional can now look suspicious to AI. But there are also new protections you should know about. One positive change in 2026 is improved transaction labeling. Instead of random code-like descriptions on your statement, merchants must now appear clearly, such as the actual company name. That makes it much easier to spot fraud quickly. Another powerful protection. Banks can now stop certain unauthorized electronic charges before they fully post. If you act fast. If you see a pending transaction you didn't approve, you must call immediately. Don't wait until it posts. Time is critical. Now, let's talk about a growing danger. Instant transfers. Systems that move money within seconds are expanding across banks. While that's convenient, it also means scammers can empty accounts extremely fast. If someone calls claiming to be from your bank and asks you to move your money to a secure account, that is a scam. Banks do not ask you to transfer funds to protect them. Hang up. Call the number on the back of your debit card. Never use the number the caller provides. Another major change happening in 2026. The federal government is continuing to phase out paper benefit checks. Direct deposit is becoming the standard. If you still receive paper checks for federal benefits, you may need to transition soon. Waiting too long can create payment delays. Now, let's talk about overdraft fees. Many large banks still charge $30 or more per overdraft. If you live on fixed income, one small mistake can trigger multiple fees. Consider opting out of overdraft coverage. Yes, a declined transaction can feel embarrassing, but it's cheaper than $35 charges. Some banks have eliminated overdraft fees entirely. Research your options. There's also something new called open banking rules. These changes make it easier to switch banks if your current institution treats you poorly. In the past, moving accounts was complicated. Now, transferring automatic payments and financial data is becoming easier. If your bank repeatedly freezes your account unfairly, you are not trapped there. So what should you do if your account gets frozen? First, stay calm and call the bank immediately. Ask specifically, why was it flagged? What documentation is required? How long will it take? Request limited access for essential bills if possible. Document everything. If the delay becomes unreasonable, escalate the issue beyond the branch level. You can also file a complaint with federal regulators. Banks are required to respond to those complaints. And here's a powerful prevention strategy many seniors overlook. Keep a second small checking account at a different bank. Even a modest emergency backup fund can prevent disaster if one account is temporarily restricted. Also, notify your bank in advance if you expect something unusual, like a larger deposit, inheritance, or tax refund. Pre-alerting them can reduce automated flags. Monitor your account regularly, whether online, by phone, or with help from a trusted family member. The faster you catch something, the easier it is to fix. Let's return to Margaret. After her account was frozen, she didn't stay silent. She asked detailed questions. She explained the deposit change. She requested priority review due to essential expenses. Within 2 days, her access was restored. The bank admitted the system overreacted. Technology is not perfect, and seniors deserve protection without punishment. The reality is this: your money is your lifeline. Rent. Medication. Utilities. Food. A temporary freeze can create real hardship, but knowledge is power. Here are your immediate action steps this week. Review your most recent bank statement carefully. Set up low balance alerts. Ask your bank about overdraft settings. Confirm your benefit payments are properly deposited. Learn how to check pending transactions, not just posted ones. This month, consider opening a backup account. Discuss fraud monitoring settings with your bank. Set transfer limits on instant payment systems. Disable services you don't use. The financial world is changing quickly in 2026. I am monitoring instant transfers, digital only. Benefits. These tools can protect you, but only if you understand how they work. Don't let automation intimidate you. Ask questions. Demand clarity. Use your rights, because protecting seniors should never mean locking them out of their own money. Stay informed, stay cautious, and never move money because someone on the phone pressures you to. Your retirement income is too important to risk. If you found this helpful, share it with a parent, grandparent, or friend who may not know these rules have changed. Awareness is protection.